Yo, what's up? Fake Radio, Season 3 premiere. This is happening. Got a special guest. Introduce yourself.
What up, y'all? It's your boy. It's Addy, LillyPad Addy. It's the gardener in the building. How y'all doing? I hope y'all doing good. I hope y'all watering your flowers.
LillyPad Addy. We in here.
Boy.
Very exciting. New studio.
God damn.
Laugh track.
Yo.
We gotta turn that down.
Yo, that was so loud.
That was loud.
That was hella loud. That was hilarious, though.
I saw a soundboard and I got too excited.
Nah, soundboard go.
So excited.
Soundboard go hard.
Nah.
Soundboard goes hard.
But so we did an interview with you, like right when the other, like I think the day of when Everything Is Good dropped. So that was like May 1st, 2020.
Something like that.
Yeah. So how you been since then?
Man, different. I get like
Yeah.
that sounds so basic, but like I'm really, truly, and I don't mean this as a joke. I'm really, truly built different.
You were 19.
I was 19.
The last one.
Yeah, I was on my last month of being 19. I turned 20 the next month after.
Yeah.
I'm 22 now.
22 now.
It's been a long 2 years. It's been an interesting 2 years. It's been a lot of growth, a lot of change.
We were in Boston the last time, or well, you were in Brockton, I was in Boston because it was during the pandemic. We're both in California, in person, Los Angeles, California.
That's true.
It's a
Yes,
beautiful
sir.
thing. It's a beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
It's a really beautiful thing, man. It's so nice to be in here with you.
I thank God every day. I'm like, thank God I'm in Los Angeles with my friends. It's amazing, and now the podcast is back.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
and you got a brand new album.
Uh-huh.
The last one we dropped during the pandemic, but this one is post pandemic.
Yeah.
Album Blossom, and you said, because I was at your listening party, you said this was this is your favorite album you made so far.
Oh,
favorite project.
Easily for me, the best work I've ever done. Period.
For real.
Period. Across anything I've ever worked on, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's my best everything. My best beats, my best verses, my best performances, everything.
Is Blossom the best power pop?
I don't know. Blossom, she cool. But I don't know. Blossom's too uptight for me. I feel like me and Blossom wouldn't get along.
Wait, what's the green one's name?
Buttercup?
Okay, that's my favorite.
Yeah, Buttercup's cool. Because Buttercup will fight you. I
Yeah.
respect that. Bubbles is cool too, though. She just. I think I gotta be Buttercup because Buttercup's about that action. I feel.
Yeah, no, my favorite is Buttercup.
Yeah, Buttercup won't take no shit.
Yeah, all right. So you told me very eloquently like what the flower like garden theme came to you at the listening party, and how it came to you. If you could just speak on that, cause
Yeah.
I gotta know.
Okay, yeah. So, the reason why flowers are such an important piece of imagery for this album and why it's the driving force behind this album is because I think flowers, I wanted to model myself after the life cycle that flowers have. Back when I lived in Boston, me and my girlfriend, we had this apartment, and this is like late 2020. It's like fall, like August into fall. We were moving in, and I was like, you know what, we need some plants, because it's a home. I always felt like, because plants have always been a part of my life. My dad grows vegetables, and now he grows flowers in the front yard. So I've always been around the idea of, like, I understood the idea of, like, farming and agriculture and all that. So I was like, I need some plants to feel like home. We're in the middle of Boston. No one got a backyard because everyone just has apartments. So I wanted to go get some flowers at this flower shop. I got some nice ones. I had this really beautiful flower. I can't remember the name of it right now, but it had these beautiful orange petals, and it was my favorite. The second I saw it, I knew I needed to get it, so I got it, and I bring it home, and I'm taking care of it. And I went hard for these flowers. I bought a bunch, and I went hard for them. I had an app. It would remind me when and how much to water. It would be like, oh, this one needs more sunlight. This one needs less sunlight. Keep this one in like a whatever, right? I was like, these flowers were like my children, bro. So I'm taking care of them. Then one day, I'm looking at that orange flower, and I'm like, wait, what's going on here? And I see it looks like some of the petals are like starting to dry up. And I'm like, it's alright. Maybe I just need to give it a little more water, need to give it a little more sunlight, you know? So I do that. I move it to a different spot where the sun can hit it a little better. I give it a little extra water. Still nothing. What's going on? I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, right? What am I missing? And it only got worse and worse to the point where all the flowers off of that thing just came off. I remember I touched it one day, like I bumped into it, my hand grazed it. All of them off. And I was so sad, bro. I was devastated because I was like, what did I do? I truly did not understand what the problem was. And I spent a long time being sad about it. But I kept it still because I was like, it doesn't look like the whole thing is dying. And I was like, oh, maybe I can nurse it back to health or something, or like, I don't know. So I still kept it. And then one day, I'm looking at it again. And I see, I'm like, what's that? I look at it again. And I see that now there's these tiny little green bulbs where the flowers used to be. And I'm like, and it was to this day, I think one of the most insane, life-changing moments of my entire life, just seeing those bulbs. Because then, like, instantly, I made the connection of, like, that's what my life should be.
Yeah.
That's what my life should be. I want to be like that flower.
Yeah.
I wanna live through my life, and I want to go through these mini cycles.
Yeah.
You know? Because like that flower, you go through, I feel like your character arc in the world is like a bunch of circles that like slightly overlap each other, and then over time it's a squiggly line that starts at one point and then it moves over, and all of a sudden it may feel like you went to the same thing, but all of a sudden you're way over here when you started way over here, and you realize those cycles just kept moving slowly and more to the right. And within those cycles you have all the feelings in the world. You have your moments of anger, sadness, happiness, joy. You go through all those things, and I feel like it's a cycle of over and over. You reach a new low, and then you build up from there. And then eventually, I think it's inevitable to, at one point, with every high, you need to feel a low. So eventually, at one point, you come back down from that high place, and you're back down to the ground. You're back down to all your petals are gone. You know, you're not feeling your best. You're not at 100%. But then you slowly, and then my thing was like accepting that. That's the hard part. Learning to accept that that's part of the journey. You need to have those moments, or else your highs aren't truly as high. Because if all you do is you're up here, you're all the way to the sky. If all the time you're just in your petal form, there's no story, there's no growth to your life. You experience one thing ever, and that's a boring ass movie. So it was that moment. That's the moment that I was like, this is what is gonna inspire me to create my next album. That's where the idea of the imagery came from.
And you can
it shifted more and more. But that was the initial.
And you like conceptualize your album around that idea too, right?
Right.
Yeah, I can sense it. Now that you're explaining it, and because I remember like February and March of 2021, you asked me what my favorite plant was. Was that just because you were just thinking about?
Yes and no. I originally asked you because in my initial concepts, because once I got to the point where I was planning out how the album was gonna go, I wanted to do this thing where you know how on Saba's album Bucket List, at the end of some of the tracks, he'd have some people say like what's on their bucket list.
Yeah.
I wanted to do that, but I wanted people to talk about flowers they like. It started as that, and then eventually I wanted to have people talk about what makes them happy.
Yeah.
But as time went on and the album took more shape, I decided to scrap that idea because one, I hadn't collected any sound bites.
Yeah, because you weren't recording me. You just asked me that.
Yeah, I wasn't even like recording people when I asked them. I would just ask them. But eventually I just decided that it didn't really fit with where the album was going to have those kind of vocal skits.
Yeah. No. I got you. Did you take, so you say you took inspiration from Saba's Bucket List. Did you take any inspiration from any like other garden themed music? Flower Boy, Tyler the Creator. SZA does a lot of work with that. Troye Sivan.
It's funny that you mentioned Troye Sivan because when I finally settled on the name Blossom for the album, I think he has an album called Blossom.
Yeah.
And I remember my girlfriend told me about that. She was like, "Oh, you know, Troye Sivan has an album called Blossom." I was like, "He does?" Yeah. And she was like, "Yeah." And I'm not, no disrespect to Troy, if you're listening, or if I ever meet you one day and you listen back to this. I didn't hear it. And once I found out, I didn't want to hear it because I didn't want to have anything outside.
I got you. Yeah.
And I was really nervous too because I understood that like I'm in a hip hop space. One of the most famous rappers in the world right now, Tyler the Creator, he has a whole album.
Scumfuck Flower Boy.
Yeah, Flower Boy.
Classic.
And even though the idea of a flower means something different in that album than it does to mine, I was so scared about going through with the idea and people being like, "Oh, he's trying to bite Tyler. What is this? He's trying to bite Tyler the Creator." But luckily, though, I think I've managed to put my own spin on the idea of. I mean, people have been writing about flowers forever.
It's so different.
But I was scared though.
It's so different.
I didn't want, because you know how hip hop people be.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Yeah, you take one similar idea and like they act like that person invented it.
It's so different, but it's like similar enough that like if you're in a Blossom mood, you put on Flower Boy, and it's like you stay in that zone a little bit. You know, it's like that. If you like Flower Boy, listen to Blossom by Ademir. It's different, but it's good.
I think they're similar in the idea.
Yeah,
definitely. I think in the story Tyler's telling on that album, I think it's a very similar idea.
For sure.
Thematically.
Yeah. So what's like the first song that you made on this project that like made it onto the album? Just so I know like the timeline of like how you.
I think it was that made it.
Yeah.
I want to say Daisy.
Okay.
The opening track.
Makes sense.
I want to double check my track list, but like, I think it was Daisy. Daisy, I remember making. It's kind of funny actually. There's an old stream that Leah did back when we lived in Boston.
Yeah.
And you can actually, I forget which one it was. I forget what game she was playing. I'm in the background making the song.
Yeah.
And like she's like, because back then we had this tiny ass apartment, so like my desk was really close to her desk, and I would just be really quiet when she streamed.
I remember
but
that.
I was moving around. I was like getting hype making the song, and she was like, "Hey, you're making a lot of noise." And I was like, "Oh shoot, sorry." So it's funny because that one is. Yeah, I'm looking at the track list right now. Yeah, that one is the first one, I think.
Where?
Daisy, Rose, and Bloom were made in a very similar time, at least like the initial idea and like
Yeah.
the beat, the instrumental. But Daisy was the first one.
Yeah. Also, for those who don't know, Ademir's girlfriend does Twitch streaming.
She does. Follow her YouTube now though.
Yeah.
Leah Cedeno on YouTube.
Yep.
She's a great content creator.
Yeah.
She's gearing up for some new shit.
Also, because we're I don't know when this is gonna come out exactly, but we're recording it on September 21st, fall solstice. But you see that Twitch banned gambling?
No.
Yeah.
I did not know. I did
Bro,
not hear about that.
They banned gambling entirely.
Like you can't play a game.
Yeah, like you can't play poker and shit on.
Damn.
Yeah. I think that's what. I
I wonder why.
It's big news.
Do you know why?
Cause that dude was scamming people.
Oh.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
I think Pokimane really wanted that off. Like, she was like, "I'm gonna stop." Yeah.
Well, Pokimane said it. Twitch got to do it.
Yeah, not for real. I think that's what happened. But nah, people are freaking out in the Twitch verse.
That's
currently.
crazy.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to that man. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, bro, it's your fault.
It is his fault.
Nah. So I really like, because I heard a lot of the demos, I heard a lot of the beats. I was in the studio for a lot of the recordings.
Yes, sir.
But I really like the transitions when I heard it all together. Like, was that like were you really focused on making like smooth transitions from one song to the next?
100%.
Word.
100%. I think something on this album I learned is just the beauty of transitions. Because I feel like how I thought about transitions was like making the transition between songs way more like of a thing.
Yeah.
Right? It'd be like there's like doing something where like a note continues from one song into the other song, or like any one of the ways you've like heard really cool ones.
Yeah.
And those are really cool, and I did some stuff similar to that on the album, but even something I really learned is just the value of silence. When I was younger, I never really understood. I'm like, why does the song got like 3 seconds of silence at the end?
Yeah.
Like, who's listening to that? It's like weird. But now, thinking about it as a creator now, like I get it.
Yeah.
Because I think that silence adds a certain weight. There's a certain weight to that silence. And I think even just a couple seconds can make a song feel really different.
Yeah.
Because I just think about it in an acting sense, right? If you're watching an actor on a TV or on a stage, the where they pause and take their silences in a scene can make that whole thing read completely different than if they like were to go back to back to back on their lines. Like putting a little bit of a pause in between can really make it feel different. It can really change the emphasis of the words, and it's just like that in music. And that's why, you know, some songs have no silence, some songs have a little bit after, some songs have a lot, but all of it is for the experience. And like I designed it so that like I kind of designed this album so that every time you listen to it, you listen to it from top to bottom. That's how I kind of, because I like listening. My favorite albums of all time are albums where I listen to one song on shuffle and then I'm back to like I just do the whole thing.
Yeah, same.
Because like it's part of the experience to me of that song. Like it all exists as a package to me. And that's how I feel about this album. It's a package. There's songs you could listen to by themselves, but I think they're enhanced when you do it in the track list.
Yeah, and I really liked. I didn't know that this was part of the album until I heard it. But the spoken word song.
Yep.
What inspired you to do a spoken word track?
What did inspire me? I'm honestly, I think it was just because I wanted, similar to On Everything Is Good, that I wanted something in the album to say this is what I'm talking about. Right?
Yeah.
and on Everything Is Good, it's the All Smiles interlude. But with this one, this album, I felt like I didn't want to be as on the nose about things, because I feel like with Everything Is Good, I was very direct and to the point about a lot of things, and I wanted to be. I didn't want to state the obvious. I wanted you to think about it, and I wanted it to be. And I didn't want to like. I think it comes off as pretentious sometimes when artists really just like hammer in one idea over and over and over. It's like, okay, we get it. Like, I'm not dumb. You don't need to like say it 50 times.
Yeah.
So for me, that's where the poem comes in, because I think poetry is a beautiful thing, and poetry is already so much a part of hip hop. So I wanted to have like a spoken word poem that, for me, using the figurative languages and imagery and metaphor, talk about what the album's about. And originally I was gonna have that go into blue. I even kept, if you listen closely, they even have the same riser sound effect at the end.
Yeah.
The one that little thing that plays before the bass drops on on Bloom.
Yeah.
It also plays at the end of Greenhouse. And because they were originally gonna go right back into each other, but I originally moved it, but I liked the motif of it. I liked the sound of it, so I kept it. But that's what it is. I think it's a nice. It's a nice way for me to be like, this is it. This is the message. Before we go into like the.
So. Also, this album, you got a few features.
It does.
You got Thomas T. House.
Yes, sir.
Danny.
Yes, sir.
Owen.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Speak on these amazing.
All right, I'm gonna go in track list order. So we got the boy Tom T. House. So when I made the song Rose, originally, and you were there, Easy. Originally, it was just this guitar sample loop that Apple has on Logic. And that was the core of the song. That was what it was based around. And over time, as I was listening to it, I'm like, it sounds too good. If that makes sense. It sounds like it was made. It sounds like a loop.
Yeah.
And I wanted it. I was hoping, and like a lot of the song, I wanted to, hopefully, for it to sound real. And I think a lot of it does. But there's still some, even now, I think there's some parts that. You can tell they're not the actual instrument, but I was like, I know people who play guitar,
right? And
I was already cool with the boy Tom T. House. Tom T. House is one of the first people I ever met when I was in college. Literally, like first week, I met him. We were good friends. And he produced Star on my last album.
Yep.
So I knew I could reach out to him from a collaborative standpoint, and he was already on my list of people that I want to work with again. Eventually it got to a place where like we were at the right time, right place, and I asked him if he'd be down to do guitar, play some guitar on a song, and he was like, yeah, he's totally down to do it. And that's what I love about him. He's always down to collaborate. He's always down to share musical ideas and stuff like that. He's a real wise man. If any of you listening know Tom, then you know that I feel like he's very wise beyond his years.
Yep.
Next up, we got OE. Oh my God.
OE.
So that song, I was like, besides like the conceptual idea behind Wheeze, I also wanted a song to just like rap on and be like, and be aggressive and kind of just talk shit.
Nah, for real.
Because I was like, a lot of the album was like at that point it was very heady. It was very introspective where I was with some of the songs, and I was like, I need something that's outside. I need something outward. Everything was inward at that moment. I need something outward. Yeah. And so I made that beat, and I was thinking like, do I want to rap over the whole thing or not? Because I would make the songs first, and then that's when I would be like, oh, this person would sound good over it.
Right, yeah.
And as I was, I got to a point where I was like, I don't know if I want to do another verse on this. Like, I feel like I don't need to do another. I don't have any more to say. And I was like, oh, you know who does? Because we've had conversations about this very thing. OE. You know who fucking killed this shit?
Yep.
OE.
Yep.
So I reached out to him. I sent him the beat. He was fucking with it. And
I remember you played me the beat and you were like, I want OE to rap on this.
yes,
Yeah, it sounds like something he would do.
Cause I was like, I didn't make it for him, but I feel like it was one of those things where it was like, it's kind of destiny in a way.
Yeah.
Where it was like, I can't hear anyone else on that song.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
no, at least for him to attack it the way he did.
Yeah.
I didn't know anyone else who was gonna attack it the way he did, cause that's exactly what I wanted him to do. He did exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
Without me even asking, really.
Mm-hmm.
So.
That's a classic OE verse.
Yeah, man.
Classic OE.
Yeah, man. That verse blows me away. I was originally gonna ask him to shorten it.
Yeah.
But I was like, I can't. I think this verse needs to be as long as it does.
Yeah.
That was a big thing I wanted to do in this album. I wanted to do things only as long as they needed to be. I wanted songs only to be as long as they needed to be. I wanted no fat. I wanted nothing where you're gonna skip over this part. I wanted only the important bits, especially with my words.
Yeah.
I wanted to say what I wanted to say. I didn't want to add any extra verses just because I felt like I should, or because I felt like the song needed to be longer or whatever. I only did it as long as I felt like it needed to be.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with his verse. And last but not least, Danny. First of all, what a fucking artist. Let me tell you something.
Legend.
Let me tell you something about Danny. Danny is, I think, one of the most underrated artists in the entire planet, because they're so talented and amazing and skilled.
Yeah.
And every like positive thing in the world.
It's fake radio, man. Everyone should be aware of who.
Yeah. If you're not, what are you doing? Go listen to Let's Discuss right now, because that is, I've been listening, no bullshit, after we had that listening party.
Yeah.
I've been listening to that album.
We played it right after the listening party.
Over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Just because I was like, I remembered how much I love that album.
It's so good.
It's an amazing album, and I'm so honored that...
First guest of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so honored that they even said yes.
Yeah.
Because I was nervous. I was like, I don't know if they'll do it. Not from a sense of like, they'd be like, ew, no, I don't want to work with you. I was just like, I don't know. I always get nervous asking people to be on songs.
Yeah.
Especially because where that song was, where that song was, it was a very different state.
Right.
And I approached with the idea a long time before we even like got to recording and the vocals and the writing and all that. But she killed that shit, man. Yeah. Absolutely amazing. All that was her. Harmonies, all that.
Yeah.
Was her.
Of course it is.
Did not make that song. I did not tell her to do all that. I did not. All I told her was the themes that I was going for. I showed her the inspiration behind the song.
Yeah.
I had my verse already written. I had some demo vocals already done. And that was it. The rest, it's history, man.
Crazy
so
shit.
That's one of my favorite songs ever. And they made it happen. And I'm forever grateful.
Incredible.
Fantastic.
I was like blown away when I heard that for the first time.
Oh, you should have seen my face when I got those vocals.
Yeah, man.
I was just like, wow. I was just like, wow. There's no way, like, above and beyond. And
legend.
I couldn't be happier with how her section of the song came out.
Is that the first? I should ask them when they come on the show. But is that the first thing Danny's done since Society shit, like music wise?
I don't know. No.
Okay.
Danny, for anyone wondering, Danny updates. Danny's in a band right now.
Right. Okay.
Called Fruit Leather.
Okay. Yeah.
They have some stuff on SoundCloud.
All right.
They've done a few shows. Go check them out.
Check it out, man. I'm gonna check it out right after this.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the vibe, man.
That's exciting stuff. And Owen got the singles, but y'all are back outside. Y'all are doing back making music again. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
man. Y'all don't
Yeah.
even know. Keep an eye out on OE, bro.
No, yeah,
Keep an eye out on OE.
he's gonna be on the show soon.
He's got big things coming. Keep an eye out.
Danny better be on the show too.
Dude, you better reach out about that soon.
No, yeah.
I'll tell you after, but you better reach out about that soon.
Nah, yeah, for real. Were there any songs that made it on the cutting room floor for this project?
Oh, plenty.
Yeah,
A lot.
they're gonna be a deluxe, or is sticking to the?
I think the album needs to do better financially before I do a deluxe.
Nah, for real.
But nah, there's plenty on the cutting room floor.
Right.
I think there's another album worth of music.
Okay.
In terms of sheer track in terms of some sheer numbers. I think there's at least, in terms of things that got far enough, ideas that got far enough for me to write. Yeah, I'd say I could make another album out of it. Some of the ideas are very bare bones. Some of the ideas are more developed than others, but there's a lot. There was a lot that was cut.
Yeah. Now you spoke on your favorite song on the album being "Bloom."
It is.
I really like that song too.
I think that's the best song I've ever made.
Yeah.
And I'll say that with confidence until I make a better song.
Why is that the best song you've ever made?
For me, that is the best song I've ever made for a couple of reasons. One, I think it's the best beat I've ever made.
Yeah.
It's so funky, it's so dancey, and then it gets so big at the end. I love it. Especially as the final track. And then two, because the actual words, the writing.
Yeah.
I think the words, my writing on that song, I'm really proud of it. And on a personal note, I think it acts as a sort of what's it called? It's not a mantra, but it's like an affirmation.
Yeah.
It's like an affirmation.
Yeah.
Especially in the chorus. Stand on my 2 feet, can't nobody move me. Do what I want to, I got to. And I think you could that's something, and I wrote it specifically to be like something you can kind of like wake up, look in the mirror, you can say that to yourself every day, in the same way you would any other affirmation for success or for happiness or whatever.
Right.
And that's what the whole song is to me. I think the whole song, all 3 minutes, whatever seconds, is one big affirmation.
That's cool. That's like, that's cool. We should also mention that also during this time, since we last recorded, you're now an Evie award-winning artist.
I am the illustrious Evies. I feel a lot of different things about the Evies, but it is nice to have been acknowledged.
Is that what you meant when on Silk Flower, when you're like got a plaque with my name?
Yep.
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
All right.
Winning that Evie, it was really cool. I'm not gonna like try to turn it into like something weird, but like it was really cool, and I was really excited, and I'm really happy, and I'm still really happy that John and I, aka Tal Beats, won.
Tal Beats
legend, produced Sunflower on this one.
Yep.
I'm really happy that we won that, and I really do like the song that we won for. But I think it came at a time where I was already going through a weird imposter syndrome thing with Emerson in general. Yeah. And so winning it kind of, it didn't really help that, because I'm like, I was personally in a really bad space creatively and with my passions. So winning that was just kind of like a weird feeling of like, I feel like actively, like straight up, I felt like I was just bad. I was like, I'm a bad artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't make good things.
That was
like
in like
going in my
May
head.
2021.
2021, yeah.
It was like right before you started like Like
No,
you were at
Blossom. Blossom.
you
Yeah.
were
No,
at Ben
no.
and Jerry's at that.
I was. Not yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, not just yet.
Yeah.
Ben and Jerry's was that summer.
Mm.
And by that point, though, I think I had I already started working on the album?
I feel like you probably did because you asked me what my favorite plant was.
Yeah, I had already
Yeah.
started working on the album, but it was still so early,
Right.
you know. But I was just in a really bad space when I won it, and there was part of me that felt like I truly did not deserve it.
Yeah.
Not to mention just, I don't know, there's a lot of things. I think now that I'm so far removed from Emerson that
Mhm.
like I had a lot of complicated feelings about the school at that time.
Yeah.
So also getting recognized by the school in that way was very strange. It was a strange feeling, and it just led to the imposter syndrome, like in a really bad negative.
Yeah. No. That can be. It's good that you won it with another person.
Yeah, because honestly, like,
Because then it's about the friendship too.
yeah, John and I, we've been collaborators for so long, and he's the best. He's amazing.
Yeah, and you also did Gourmet.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's another Tal Beats track right there. John, I had that beat for like a year
Right.
before that song came out.
Yeah.
I had the beat and I had the chorus down for a long time. But again, it was around that time with the imposter syndrome I felt at that time. So I just felt like I wasn't in a good space to be doing anything, and everything I wrote I hated.
Yeah.
So I just let it sit for a while.
Yeah.
But then eventually, literally like a year later, I was like, wait a minute, I have an idea. And like I just went with it from there.
Yeah.
We finished the song, put it out. It was just a good feeling. It was a fucking great feeling.
Yeah. One of my favorite songs on the album is Bulb. What kind of mindset were you in when making that song?
Bulb. Well, I think there's two stories about Bulb.
Yeah.
There's one really short one where that beat was actually made, I want to say also toward the beginning. It was when I was like, it was around the time when we did that Twitch show.
Yeah.
For Hip Hop Society on WCB. Remember that?
Right, the Halloween one.
I think it was on Halloween, yeah. Remember that?
That was like
And everyone
2 years
came
ago.
on,
Yeah.
we came to my apartment.
Yeah.
It was made around that time because I remember I think I showed either you or Jack a version of that song. I don't know if you
Was it
remember.
Roger? Because he stayed after.
No, I think it was Jack.
Okay.
Because I was like thinking, I was like, ooh, I think Jack might.
Yeah.
But it was just the instrumental. There was no words or anything. There's that small story. Then there's the bigger story where that was one of the last songs to get written
Right.
for the album, because I think inherently with what it ended up being, I think it had to be. I think me reflecting on all of that, like all that stuff, clearly, like by nature of being reflective, it had to happen first. And it was one of those things where I just wasn't ready to write it.
Yeah.
Like I knew I wanted to do it, but I just wasn't ready to do it
Right.
until I was ready.
Yeah.
It was one of those things, and I feel like that sounds so weird and hard to see, but like
That makes complete sense.
I just wasn't ready to write it until I was.
Yeah.
And it took me a long time to write. I would write that song in bits and pieces over like a lengthy period of time, going months and months and months without going back to it, until I think it was like one crazy mad dash session.
Yeah.
Where like I finished it, and like it was one of those crazy like flow moments where everything was right there in place, and all the ideas were coming back to back to back. And that song is one of I think it's easily my most personal song I've ever written. Sometimes I listen to it still and I tear up a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it was a song that I purposely knew I was talking to myself
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
Or talking. No, not talking to myself, but I was talking about myself. And for me, that feels like two very different things.
Right.
I feel like every time I've gone into like that sort of dark or emotional place,
Right.
I've done it in the sense of I'm speaking in the second person. I sound like I'm talking to someone, but like I'm talking to me. But that one, in a lot of songs on this album, actually, I purposely spoke in the first person.
Yeah.
And it's way different. It's a way different feeling mentally, going from you to I.
For sure.
Because then there's no escaping. There's no mental block.
That's
To be like, I'm talking about a different person. I can like mentally compartmentalize it that way.
Yeah.
But when I'm talking about I almost drove her away, or I spent way too many years wondering what my problem was. Way different feeling than if I were to go, you spent way too many years.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, I feel like I can't hide.
For real.
Basically. I can't hide when I speak in the first person.
Yeah. No, that's also a good tip for people trying to like write songs too.
Yeah, I mean, if you find yourself, you're like me, where if you want to like talk about your own feelings, you tend to go into that version and you're like talking to yourself. I recommend every time you use you, change it to I.
For sure.
I think you'll find yourself way more emotionally invested in your writing.
Yeah. No, for real. Yeah. Back to, so, you know, I got a lot of artists on Fake Radio over the years. And, you know, guests on the show, friends of mine, fans of are huge fans of a lot of ours. But my younger sister, huge fan of the song Gourmet.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's on, we were just talking, it's on our Boston favorites playlist.
Yeah, I'm honored.
I see, like, because I follow her on Apple Music, and I see, like, yo, your sister is listening to Gourmet by Ademir.
Right.
Yeah. Nah. Loves that song. She want to do, like, a TikTok dance for it.
I remember you told me that.
Yeah.
You told me that.
Yeah, I'm going to call her right now, see if she can explain it. She's not going to pick up, but let's see.
Oh, I hope she does.
Let's see.
I hope she does.
I mentioned it to her briefly one time, and she was like, yeah, but, like, because I think it's funnier if I just call her out the blue. Like,
yeah. Nah, that's the way to do it. I hope she picks up.
Let's see. We're doing this live, folks.
Come on, please pick up. Please pick up. It's ringing.
It's ringing. Yo, what's up? It's you're live on Fake Radio right now. We got Ademir here.
What's up?
Yeah. All right, yo. So you're a big fan of Gourmet? We were just talking about that. Wait, oh, it's on your like they like put, like the robots like put it on your favorites mix? Nah, but like enough. That's yeah, no, we were talking about that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Bro, tell him the TikTok dance you had. Word.
Did you film it?
Yeah, I filmed it.
There's no pressure, but I would love to see it one day.
Yeah, maybe.
All right.
You take as long as you need. There's no due date, but I will be ready whenever you decide it's time.
Have y'all met before? I don't think.
Nah.
Yo.
I've met your parents, but
I'm introducing the people. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of fake radio.
That's right. It's
We're back.
magic.
Yo, B, I got a soundboard over here. Hold up. We got the cricket. Oh, you can't hear it. They got crickets. Yo.
Yeah, man.
All right. I don't know if any of that picked up because you're on the phone, but thank you for calling in. Thank you for being a feature, answering on the spot. Fake radio.
Thank you.
All right. I'll talk to you soon. All right. See you. Bye. Yo.
That was amazing.
Yo. I've never gotten a call from someone and then been like, "You're on the radio." I've done that to people multiple times. It never gets old. I can't wait till I'm the guy doing that.
I hope one day I get interviewed on a radio station.
Yeah.
I'll do it to you. I'll be like, "Wait, can I do something? I always want to do this."
Yeah. Then call me.
Yeah.
No, that'll be a beautiful day. All right, so for some research over here,
Right.
I did first of all, let me just ask you before we get into this next segment. What song? So, Bloom is your favorite song. What song are you most excited to like perform once we get some shows going on?
I think Sunflower and Weeds.
Word.
Sunflower and Weeds.
Those
'Cause
got energy.
I think those have fantastic energy, and they're songs that I think people would just jump around to. And I want to be there. I want to be jumping around with everybody.
Yeah. That's what's up. All right, so this next segment, I got some of the homies ask some questions.
Okay.
They're a little personal.
Okay.
We're gonna see. So, would you describe your heart as being more guarded or more open?
Definitely guarded. I think this album was about me trying to open up, but I definitely still, as a human, I would say I'm more open than I used to be.
Yeah.
But I would still call myself a very guarded person.
About everything or just about like relationships?
Almost everything.
All right.
I keep a lot of stuff close to the chest.
Yeah. Do you tend to take criticism to heart and let it upset you?
I wouldn't say so. I think sometimes it can make me feel a little sad in the moment, but I feel like I get over it quick. And then especially if it's if it's criticism I agree with too, I'm like, yeah. You know?
Even the personal shit?
I think if someone's criticizing me as a person, it's a little harder.
Yeah.
That one I definitely I think I still jump to defensiveness before I listen when it comes to that.
Yeah.
But trying to get better at that.
Okay.
Trying to.
Yeah.
Just because there's a difference between someone trying to hurt you versus someone.
Yeah. All right, cool. How do you know when you're in love?
I think you know you're in love when keeping somebody in mind is effortless.
Yeah.
I think once you get to a point with someone where you don't have to try to actively include them in things, or you don't have to try to actively remember that you do things, or that you have to actively remember and keep them in your head. I think that's a sign that you are in love.
Yeah, like when you connect that like the soul.
Yeah.
Level. Yeah.
Because I think love is one of the easiest things and one of the hardest things in the world, but it's one of the easiest things to feel. And I think we all complicate it sometimes.
Right. Yeah. Do you know when you are being lied to?
If I'm being honest, I probably know most of the time, unless it's a really bad lie. Because I think I'm a very trusting person.
Yeah.
If I think give a lot of people the benefit of the doubt before
Mhm.
I doubt them.
Word. All right. How much sugarcoating do you need when you get bad news?
I think it depends on how bad the news is.
Yeah, okay. That's fair.
But for the most part, even if it hurts a lot, I'd rather just be told straight up.
Okay.
Give me a little sprinkle. Give me a little sprinkle.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, I'd rather that than like you say something and that's clearly gonna make me
Yeah.
upset, and then you're like fumbling
Mhm.
over yourself trying to like, you know.
All right. What is your personal dating pet peeve?
Personal dating pet peeve. I don't know. I haven't dated in so long.
Yeah.
I think if I were to be dating,
Mhm.
a pet peeve of mine would be I think I don't know what if there's a word to describe this, but not being open to new experiences or learning or like
Nah, I get you.
things
Like no
that
ambition.
you don't normally no, not even that. Like things that
Yeah.
you just normally aren't into, and not being
Like not open minded.
yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Because it's like if you're not, for example, I really like video games.
Yeah.
If you're not into video games, that's fine. But I think
But like
there's
people who
definitely-
hate video games.
there's definitely people in the world who like won't even like be open to the idea of like learning about certain things or like talking about them.
Yeah.
And I think that's like the ultimate thing, like annoying thing.
Nah, yeah, I get you. Yeah.
I'd hate to be like,
when people are like, "Oh, fucking video games cause goddamn shootings." Like,
yeah,
they don't
yeah.
like-
If I'm like, oh, what do you do in your free time? Like, oh, sometimes I like to play video games.
like play Candy Crush. Like,
Or like, not even that. Like, I'm fine if you like. That's what you want to do. I'm like, if I'm like, oh yeah, sometimes I like to play video games, and then like your response is like, oh, I don't do none of that. I think that's just stupid. Or like,
yeah,
like
yeah,
that. And
yeah.
I'm
No,
like,
I get you. Yeah.
like, well, shit. Like,
Alright.
okay then.
Does
bye.
does money matter to you in a relationship?
No.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say so because I'm not a person. I don't feel like I need gifts.
Mhm.
I think I value being around a person more
Yeah.
than I value gifts or
Mhm.
like trips or
Yeah.
anything that like or even dates. Honestly,
Mhm.
like I like sitting at home and watching movies and shit. That's just cool.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in like the trendy like Facebook kind of way.
Sometimes you need that.
But like yeah, like that's like my main thing.
Sometimes-
memories like that are some of my favorites. But I do love going out and doing things.
Yeah. In every relationship, like, even like, because sometimes I'm like going out all the time, and I'm like, I want to just like, watch a movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Worry about-
Exactly.
Yeah. With relationship, like friendships and romantic relationships. What is the best source of dating advice for you?
The best source of dating.
Yeah, or
advice?
like relationship advice.
I think experience. Just like your own self. And I mean,
Yeah.
well, yeah, I think for me, the
Alright.
most I've learned about relationships is just through experience and like,
Yeah.
going through them and having the pitfalls
Word.
and stuff like that.
All right. Last question. What is your worst quality?
My worst quality. I think I'm very, I guess two parts. I think I'm very stubborn.
Yeah.
I think sometimes I get really caught up in doing things a certain way or resisting,
Yeah.
and to a detriment. And then two, I think it's that, and it's difficult for me to speak. I don't think I'm a very strong conversationalist.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to speaking about myself. It's something that I've tried to work on for a really long time, and I think I'm better at it than I used to be.
Yeah.
But I still think for the most part, like, I'm a type of person who like kind of like when shit gets crazy,
Yeah.
I'm the type of guy who like shuts down.
Right.
Like I
Yeah.
just kind of don't speak. And
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
really,
yeah.
and like it's not out of a lack of like, it's not being trying to be like disrespectful or nothing. It's like literally, I think there are times where I get very overwhelmed
Yeah.
by whatever emotion is going on, and like I physically cannot think of words, but like it comes off as the other person as like he's not even like trying.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, I got you. All right. Here's the big reveal. Those were not questions by the friends. Those are not.
I was gonna
Yes.
say, I was like, dang, everyone really like,
No.
everyone was like
No.
pushing.
Those
me
are all
on that,
questions. Those are all questions from a BuzzFeed quiz, and you're a sunflower.
man. That's
Congratulations.
crazy.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Hey.
You put your friends. I wanted to say. I said your homies, and I didn't say that it was a BuzzFeed quiz just because I thought you'd take the questions a
Right,
little
yeah,
more
then I would-
seriously.
then I-
If,
yeah, you're right though, you're 100%
Nah,
right,
yeah.
you're
That's-
right.
I'm the GOAT interviewer over here.
I love it.
Put your friends and family first. Optimistic, dreamer. There you go.
Valid.
Wait, what? All right. Well, regardless of the BuzzFeed quiz, what is your favorite flower? We'll end on that.
My favorite flower is I like sunflowers.
Wait, that was your act. That's your favorite flower?
Yeah, I
God.
would say so. It is.
Wow.
I will say it's a popular answer,
Yeah.
but I like it. I like them as a symbol. That's why they're my favorite. I like that sunflowers stand tall. I like that they follow the sun. And I like that they're like yellow. I don't know, like it's cool. Like sunflowers are really, really gorgeous. Close second place, hydrangeas. Hydrangeas are another one that petals are fucking beautiful, and they come in so many different colors.
Oh yeah. So, a few more questions. We gotta play the feature games last time.
Okay.
So I tried to find. I couldn't. I was cringing too much of that last episode. I couldn't find what you said. I remember you said Danny for the person who you want to
did.
work with, who you know. Now you've worked with Danny. I forget who you said for the person you don't know. But who? Let's do it again. Who do you want to work with? Who you know, and who do you want to work with that you don't know?
That I know. Someone I want to work with that I know, Ryan or Sailboat.
Sailboat, the
Sailboat, the show.
texted me while we have been in the studio
Hey,
regarding episodes.
hey, yeah, man. I want to work with Sailboat.
Yo,
I want to have an official collaboration between me and Sailboat.
he played me a song one time and he was like, "I want to get Ademir on this."
You better get me on it, cause I'll say yes.
Yeah,
I'll say yes.
I don't think it's out yet, so you still got time.
Yeah, but yeah, he's the one that I know that I want to work with. He's
Right.
next. And someone who I don't know, Amine.
Yeah,
I would
it's a good one.
love to be on a song with Amine or have him on one of my songs. I think he was a really big inspiration on this album.
Right. Yeah.
And I think he's just so cool. I think he's a cool guy. And he's so talented.
Y'all both got album covers where you're like making like similar expressions to with 1.5 in there.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
I noticed that. That's a good answer. All right.
Amazing.
And final question: what's next for Ademir?
What's next for Ademir is gonna try to start performing.
Yes,
I
sir.
really need to. I need to get on it. I want to start
Yeah.
performing at places. I want to start to get better at getting my stuff heard, because I can make it. I feel really like
This
I feel really
nah,
confident about
this one's
my
good, yeah.
ability to make things and like make things good. Like, I don't feel so insecure about myself where I'm like that imposter syndrome. I think it's gone in the
Right.
sense where like I trust myself
Yeah.
that I can make a good song, right? And I don't mean that in a braggadocious way. I just mean it like I think I just have that belief in myself.
Right.
Now it's like I need to get other people to hear the songs.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how many good songs I make until someone hears it.
Yeah.
So that's my next step, is to start getting in front of people.
Like, your new album would kill anywhere, but like I feel like especially at like a house show, that would
Yeah, man.
be crazy.
I need to. Yeah. I need to get on it. I really
Nah,
do.
for real.
I really do.
It's gonna be exciting. LA performing.
Right.
It's gonna be huge.
Right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, go stream Blossom now.
Right.
Buy it on Bandcamp.
But on Bandcamp.
Follow Addy
And
Makes
then stream
Music on Instagram.
I'm trying to pay my student loans. Buy it on Bandcamp first.
Not for real. Follow Rax Kills. I don't see. This is like again one of the first episodes, so I don't know if I'm gonna bring back Fake Radio, but follow me on Fake Radio because we may come do that again too. Fake Radio season 3, we back. First episode in the new studio. This is a plot. Yeah. There we go.
That's right. It's done,
There we
baby.
There we go.
It started.
Let's go.
It started.
Let's
Hey,
do it.
We're gonna be back, y'all.
We're
I'm
gonna be-
excited.
yeah,
I'm
no.
excited to see what the boy
Fake
is
Radio's
doing.
back, man. Everything got some crazy stuff going on.
Yes, sir.
All right. That's it. Easy out.